Hi everyone, and welcome to Häfele Discoveries. Today you're here with Häfele Australia, and we're introducing Darren Palmer. Darren Palmer is interior designer, a celebrity, and more importantly, he's actually Häfele Australia's brand ambassador. Hi Darren.
How are you? Hi everyone, how are you going?
Now today we've asked Darren to do a live stage with us and really to focus on some of our most important Häfele products. But more importantly, we brought Darren on as an ambassador to Häfele back in 2017 so that we could make that connection between Häfele, the end consumers, to support our main business, which is our trade customers and interior designers.
Well, what drives me to work with Häfele is that I've been a fan of the product generally for many, many years. I've been ambassador for Häfele since 2017. Since you guys actually saw your name come up in my book because I mentioned the pantry system that I fell in love with that I used in my own home. And I think one of the things that I focus on in design and in all of my work is making sure that good design is accessible to everybody, no matter where they are, no matter what their budget points are, and to focus on the fact that good design adds amenity and functionality to homes. The fact we have kitchens facing into living zones more often than not really means that kitchens have to look like designer pieces, like sculptural pieces, like furniture. They need to be discreet, they need to be beautiful, they need to be functional. So often you need the capabilities to close them behind doors, or at least have the doors and the fittings that you see be beautiful and be design focused. Something we've seen come to the fore in kitchen design is the use of different sort of fittings that remove the need of hinges and doors opening into spaces and obstructing your view into cabinets and also your flow through a space. You have the Häfele Designer Made Free Family, which is a really great product if you're trying to get cabinets up out of the way so you have a free flow through a space. And within that range we have the Free Fold, which is right behind me here. It's great if you have two panels that you need to raise up above you. What you can see is it takes the panels well above your head, right out of obstruction. If you're not tall and it's harder for you to reach that top panel, if you integrate that with the e-touch system, the button to release that and bring it back down is nice and low, and it also looks really cool. Within the Häfele Free family, we have the Free Flap, which is for a single panel that will open to 107 degrees or 90 degrees if it's sitting close to a ceiling. That is one simple motion, hinging from the top with one flap that opens straight up. We have the Free Up, which is basically exactly what the name suggests. That panel will move directly straight up in a vertical plane. We have Free Swing, which angles the door up above the carcass at an angle. And then we have the Free Space system, the latest addition to the Free family, which is 63 millimeters deep, so it will sit within a shallow cabinet, particularly cabinets such as shaving cabinets, where you can open a full panel of glass up to 650 millimeters high, depending on weight, so that you can use that as a vanity. You could use it in a kitchen environment, you can use it in any number of shallow spaces. Also, something fantastic about the new Free Space range is you have the option of manual opening as well as push to open. So that gives you the opportunity of removing the need for handles, which is particularly good if you're integrating glass on the front. One of the other great benefits of the e-touch system is that it electronically opens the doors, but it also activates the Loox Lighting system in one fluid motion. And as a designer, that ticks all the boxes. One of the greatest advancements we've seen in terms of lighting for kitchens is having complete freedom to change the quality and temperature of lighting dependent on the time of day, the time of year, or even the mood you're trying to create. In terms of planning your lighting, you need to plan for several different things. You need to plan for ambient lighting, so that can be controlled by the amount of light and also the color temperature. You need to plan for task lighting, so that's the light that you use to perform a particular task over a particular area, such as a bench top or under overhead cabinets. And then you have sculptural lighting, and that's really using lighting as a sculptural element. So that could be using lights as sculptures themselves or integrating them into joinery to add a sculptural element. Or sometimes lighting can perform several of those tasks at once. It can be task lighting, so you can actually see what's inside a cabinet, but also it can be sculptural and beautiful as well. Within the new Häfele Gen 5 Loox lighting system, we have downlights and also LED strips. They each perform a different task and are useful for different reasons. The downlight will obviously give you a nice round light. That's a focus light that can either be a spotlight or a broad light depending on the light fitting you choose. But they are particularly good for creating pools of round light. An LED strip is a very flexible way to create lighting in your space. It can run around the perimeter of something, it can run in a straight line, and LED strips even allow you to curve to different surfaces and to create different effects. One of the great capabilities of Häfele's Loox Lighting system is the ability to change the temperature of light using the multi-white system just by swiping your finger across the app. So you can change from warm to cool or any variation in between, as well as the ability to simply dim with a slide of your finger. The ability to change the temperature and level of light is really essential if you're planning for different functions or different spaces. For example, in a bedroom, warm light that's dimmed down really helps encourage the feeling for sleep, whereas in a working environment, a cool light that's bright helps you really focus on getting those tasks done. The new Gen 5 Häfele Loox Lighting system is really easy to integrate at fabrication stage because it's all plug and play, and it's also just as easy to program that at a later date using the Häfele app. In contemporary kitchen design, there's obviously a place for handleless joinery, but with the Häfele H21 handle range, you can add an extra design element, another level of pizzazz, and really treat handles as jewellery for joinery. We have some edgy designs, we have some more traditional designs, and we also have some that are more classically contemporary. There's so much variation within the H21 range. I love this euphemism of if pebbles were handles. I think that's a really elegant way to describe this particular handle because it has lots of lovely curved edges, a beautiful smooth hand feel, very much like a pebble. That would fit really well within a contemporary, like a classic contemporary space, or it also skews more towards some of those edgier designs as well. Also, another lovely classic contemporary look is a handle something like that. So that will work really beautifully in a contemporary environment. These lovely subtle organic edges just make it feel a little bit more human, a little bit more tactile, and the finishes are lovely and subtle and diffused. Another classic contemporary, this is two cylinders fused together. I love how you've got those perfect circular forms, those cylindrical forms. That would look fantastic on traditional joinery, but also on contemporary joinery as well. If you're looking for something traditional, but still with a modern edge, these really regular, sharp, lovely edges look fantastic. They also look really great on traditional joinery. If you had a sort of farm style or even coastal style home, that's a really lovely handle. Another lovely traditional handle, but still with a contemporary edge. You've got this beautiful beveled edge here where it meets the joinery, but it's the classic D shape. So it comes in 3 different sizes and 3 different finishes. If you want something a little bit edgier in terms of your handle design, we have some really beautiful, exciting elements within the H21 range. That little beauty is like a diagonally folded piece of fabric ribbon. Look at the way the light catches that. Now, on a piece of joinery, it'll sit flat with that lovely diagonal edge. It picks up the light beautifully, it diffuses the light beautifully, it has a lovely hand feel, and it's just a really strong, bold visual design statement. I really love the play of geometry coming through in design at the moment. When you have these lovely sharp edges and a fold like through the middle of this handle that also works with this perfect radius and that perfect sharp edge. It has softened edges, so it has a beautiful hand feel, but it's sharp and geometric and a really beautiful edgy designer piece. You also have a handle that has a really strong visual presence. You've got 2 levels that merge into each other, and you've got this lovely play of that rectangular form and that lovely perfect radius. It gives you a great play of light and shade because of those 2 different levels. And if you want something that's really elegant and very much like a piece of jewellery for your joinery, I think this handle is really special. Obviously, if you have smaller pieces of joinery or drawers, then the knob is really elegant. It's got a marble-like insert, but that elongated form and this beautiful radius with that round inset really makes that a spectacular addition to any piece of joinery. If you really want a handle that's going to pack some punch, there's something really weighty and substantial about this. The ring shape and the circle within the circle, the thickness, and also generally the weight of that as an item. It just really feels substantial and it's very visually striking. Particularly poignant at this time is antibacterial surfaces, and within the H21 range we have 3 SKUs that offer exactly that. So this handle comes in 3 sizes and 2 finishes with the antibacterial finish. This particularly edgy design has a black antibacterial finish. And for something that's classically contemporary and also antibacterial, you have in 2 sizes and 2 finishes this beautiful handle.
Darren, thanks for joining us today. It was a real pleasure to hear your insights into your knowledge and your ideas about design and using Hafele hardware. We brought 3 products to you today on the Discoveries Tour, but for more information, pop over to the Virtual Discoveries platform where you'll find out many more products that we're launching in our global event for InterZoom. Thanks for watching.